Hey there, and welcome. Today, we're going to crack open the Python toolkit and really master a skill that, honestly, every single programmer needs: joining pieces of text. You might know it by its fancier name, string concatenation.
So, let's just imagine for a second. You're coding, right? You've got a first name stored in one variable and a last name in another. How do you actually combine them to make a full name? This is a super common problem, and the solution is this whole concept of string concatenation.
But before we start grabbing tools from our kit, we need to understand the blueprint. We have to know what we're actually building. So, what exactly is string concatenation? At its heart, it's really simple. String concatenation is just the process of linking strings together, end to end. I like to think of it like connecting links in a chain. You take all these individual pieces and you just join them up to create one longer, continuous piece of text. Okay, now here is the absolute golden rule when it comes to Python strings. They are immutable. And all that means is that they can't be changed. So when you join, say, the letter A and the letter B, you're not actually just attaching them. What Python is doing behind the scenes is creating an entirely new string, AB, in memory. This is a really crucial detail, and it can have a big impact on performance, as you'll see. All right, let's grab our first tool. This is the one you're probably going to use most often. It's the good old plus operator. Think of it as your everyday go-to connector. You know, the plus symbol isn't just for adding numbers. In the world of strings, it's the most straightforward way to join a few pieces of text together. It's clean, it's intuitive, and it is absolutely perfect for those simple joining jobs. So here's a really practical example. We have a first name and a last name. To combine them, we just use the plus operator. But, and this is key, notice we have to manually add that space in the middle ourselves. That's a classic gotcha. The result is a completely new string, Con, that gets stored in our full name variable. Our next tool is a bit more specialized. This is the asterisk operator, and it basically acts as a string multiplier. Kind of cool, right? So unlike the plus operator that joins different strings, the asterisk has a very unique job. It takes one string and just repeats it a certain number of times. It's a fantastic shortcut if you're trying to create patterns or maybe some long repetitive text. For instance, if we take the string hello and multiply it by 3, Python doesn't do any math. No, instead it just concatenates that string with itself 3 times. And what do we get? Hello, hello, hello. It's a really simple but powerful little feature. Now it's time for our most powerful tool, especially when you're dealing with a whole bunch of strings at once. Let me introduce you to the join method. This is your power tool for working with lists. So here's how it's different. You actually start with a glue string. This is your separator. And then you tell it to join every single item from a list using that glue. This method is incredibly efficient, especially when you need to combine a large number of strings. Check out this example. Our list is called words. Our separator, our glue, is just a single space. Now look at the syntax here. It's a little backwards from what you might expect. We call the join method on the separator string itself, and then we pass the list into it. The result is a perfectly formed sentence: data, communication, networks. Okay, so we've just filled our toolkit with 3 really distinct tools. But you know, a good programmer knows it's all about choosing the right tool for the right job. So let's do a quick review of when to use each one. So, to recap, for joining just a couple of strings, the plus operator is perfect. For repeating a single string, use the asterisk. And, this is the big one, when you have a list of strings to combine, especially a long one, the join method is your most efficient choice because it only creates that one new string right at the very end. And there you have it. In just a couple of minutes, you've equipped your personal Python toolkit with 3 distinct, powerful, and totally essential tools for working with strings. So that was our quick look at string concatenation. You now have the tools and you have the blueprint for joining text in Python. The only question left is, what are you going to build with them?